And it is time for the Word on Wall Street. Top investors watching your money. Joining me right now is Michael Lee Strategy founder, Michael Lee, Horizon Investments Chief Investment Officer is Scott Ladner, and Boltic Capital Markets Chief Strategist, Kathryn Rooney Vera. Great to see everybody. Federal Reserve Chairman Jay Powell is going to speak later this week after we get through the State of the Union, Kathryn. But look at all of these moves coming out of Russia. You've got British oil company BP abandoning its stake in Russian oil company Rosneft, putting an end to a 3 decades long partnership. This marks the most significant response to the Russia-Ukraine conflict yet by a Western company. But look at oil prices hovering around $95 a barrel, the Russian ruble plummeting, the central bank in Russia raising interest rates to 20%, Kathryn. You see oil at up 4.5% this morning, and all of those other moves out of Russia. What's the impact on America?
Well, the impact is that economic growth will slow down. There have been economic reports and analyses already showing that a $25 increase in Brent, Maria, oil prices could entail a 3/4 point deceleration in economic growth. My forecast coming into this year for growth in the U.S. was already 3%, and that's on the low side. So if we're down 0.75%, that takes us to below potential growth. So the base case scenario now is stagflation. So we started out coming in from a good place in economic growth. Growth last year in the U.S. was, 6%. So thankfully, we started from a very good place. On the inflation front, we started from a horrific place. And this is the reason why the Fed and the federal government should not have run stimuli so hot for so extended a period of time. Because now we have an additional inflationary impulse, not only from energy, but also from food prices. Russia and Ukraine together are big exporters of wheat. So you have oil prices surging, you have food prices surging. This puts the Fed in a very tricky position. Probably they hike 25 basis points in March, but down the line, they're going to have to hike more if they're inflation fighters, which they've lost their credibility quite a bit. But this is a very difficult situation. I think that we are certainly faced with stagflation, high inflation, growth below potential, with the risk of recession. It's not my base case, but we have to be cautious about that.
Yeah, I reported earlier, Kathryn, that Nancy Lazar, now at Piper Sandler after the merger of Cornerstone, she is taking her growth numbers down this morning on the global economy. She was looking for growth of 3.5%. She's now taking it down to 2.5%. So your point on the impact on the economy, spot on there because of the price of oil, I would say largely zapping disposable income. Scott, you've also watching that. Michael Lee, Scott Ladner, and Kathryn Rooney Vera. Thanks very much for a look at markets and the great Word on Wall Street. Have a good day, everybody. Much more ahead this morning. Coming up, hundreds of thousands of